on the rack and back down the stairs. I sat down each day on the shore for the space of 7 long years or more, till a big transport come across the sky. I shouted aloud and clear the way, clear the way. I shouted aloud and clear the way. I shouted aloud till the captain said, "Are you here with the living or you're back with the dead? Did you see anything of my son John? Is the boy living or is he gone? Is he gone? Is the poor boy living or is he gone?" Then up come John and he's got no legs, got carbon fibre blades instead. Smiled as she kissed him over and o'er. I bet you run quicker than you did before, you did before. Bet you run quicker than you did before. Were you deaf, were you blind when you left your own 2 legs behind? Or did you go walking upon the sea to shoot your 2 legs down to the knee, down to the knee? Or to shoot your 2 legs down to the knee? Oh, I was not deaf and I was not blind when I left my own 2 legs behind. But a thundering landmine jumped in the way, wore these legs right down to the knee, down to the knee. Wore these legs right down to the knee. I was slim, I had a length of every limb. Then Chimhawks come knocking at the door. Cool Britannia, call for war, call for war. Cool Britannia, call for war. Yes, cool Britannia, call for war. With all those chicken hawks stood at the door. So cluster bombs like you so corn, you better stay away from the harvest home, the harvest home. You better run a mile from the harvest home. Son John was tall and slim, and he had a length of every limb. request for this, so I'll do this. It's a thing called a famous flower serving man, and it's got it's basically all the stuff in this is the folklore of the month of May. That's what drives it. The idea that the month of May is a month of bad luck and mischief. And the Mayflower is the flower of bad luck and mischief. Well, what do you know? Okay. Oh, wrong. Wrong. This is basically about revenge. For she think, fascinating. My mother did me deadly spite, for she sent thieves in the dark of the night, put my servants all to flight. They robbed my flower, they slew my knight. So they slew my baby in my arm and left me naught to wrap him in, but the bloody sheet that he lay in. They left me naught to dig his grave, but the bloody sword that slew my babe. All alone the grave I made, and all alone the tears I shed, and all alone the bell I rang, and all alone the psalm I sang. I leaned my head all against the clock, and there I cut my lovely locks. I cut my locks and I changed my name from fair Helena to sweet William. Went to court to serve my king as the famous flower serving man. My lord the king, that he made me his chamberlain. He loved me as his son, the famous flower serving man. And oft time he looked at me and smiled, so swift his heart I did beguile, and he blessed the day that I became the famous flower serving man. Bed at eve, there I dreamed a dreadful dream. I saw my bed swing with blood, I saw the thieves all around my head. Our king has to the hunting gone, he's ta'en no lords nor gentlemen, he's left me there to guard his home, the famous flower serving man. Our king he rode the nothing found, and as he rode himself alone, its fairly spied the milk-white hind. Oh, the hind she broke, the hind she flew, the hind she trampled the bramble through. First she'd melt, and then she'd sound, sometimes before, sometimes behind. Oh, what is this? How can it be? Such a hind as this I ne'er did see. Such a hind as this was never born. I fear she'll do me deadly harm. And long, long did the great horse turn to save his lord from branch and thorn. Long ere the day was born, they tangled all in his yellow hair. And all in a game the king drew nigh, where the hind shone bright all in his eye. How he sprang down, sword drew, she vanished there all from his view. And all around the grass was green, all around where a grave was seen, sat himself down on the stone. Great weariness it seized him on. Great silence hung from tree to sky. The woods grew still, the sun hung fire. Through the wood the Derby came, and through the woods he made his moan. Oh, the Derby sat down on a stone, so sweet he looked, so soft he sang. Alas, the day my love became the famous cloud of serving men. Oh, the bloody tears they fell as rain. Still he sat and still he sang. Alas, the day my love became the famous cloud of serving men. Our king cried out and he wept for sore, so loud unto the dove he did call. Pretty bird, come singing play. Was her mother's deadly spite, for she sent thieves in the dark of the night. They come to rob, they come to slay, they made their sport, they went their way. And don't you think that her heart was sore as she laid the mould on his yellow hair? Don't you think that her heart was woe as she turned about all the way to go? And how she wept as she changed her name from fair Eleanor to sweet William, went to court and serve her king as the famous cloud of serving men. He's mounted up and away he's gone. One thought come to his mind, the thought of her that was a man. And as he rode himself alone, a dreadful oath he there swore. He would hunt her mother down like he would hunt a wildwood swine. There's 24 ladies all, and they're all playing at the ball. Fairer than all of them is the famous cloud of serving men. Our king cried, our king rode into his hall, and he's rode in among them all. Lifted her to his saddle brim, he's kissed her elbow, cheek and chin. All the lords all stood and they stretched their eyes. The ladies pinked in their hands and smiled, for a stranger home come in, no gentleman had ever seen. down in a prison strong. And he's brought men up from the cold, and he sent men down to the fall, for to build the bonfire high, or for to set her mother fire. Oh, Bonnie sang the morning thrush, where he sat in yonder bush. Loud did his mother cry in the bonfire where she burned close by. Oh, for there she stood all among the thorn, there she sang her deadly song. Alas, the day that she became the famous flower of serving men. For the fire took first all on her cheek, then it took all on her chin, spattered it bang in her yellow hair, as there she burned like pokey green. 14 feet tall. Single thing, the thing which really upsets the local king when Long John comes down to the big city, well, to London, from the hills to have a good time. He's having a wonderful time. Thank you. The central feature of his wonderful time happens to be the king's daughter. And it's his 14-foot tallness that seems to be the problem. It's not a problem for her. The king completely loses his political judgment. And jails him, drugs him, gets ready to hang him. And he completely fails to take into account the notion that if there's one 14-foot tall person, there's a pretty good chance there's going to be others. And there are. To kick in. Okay. And the king's daughter, she wept for him, she played alone at night. And when our king he heard this, an angry man was he, says this mighty man shall stretch the rope that hangs on the gallows tree. So he sent men and cunning men, around him they did creep. They give him drops of laudanum, and they laid him fast asleep. So that when he's waked up from his sleep, a sorry man was he, with his jaws and hand and iron bands and his feet in fetters free. So he's bribed him a servant, Long John, given him meat and pig, to run to his uncle Old John to come and rescue thee. And the first mile the little boy walked, the next 2 miles he ran, and he ran till he came to the broad water where he lay down and swam. And when he was come to the mountain high, he cried out aloud, for there he spied in Jackie North with old John by his side. And there as these 2 giants stood, a grisly sight to see, for they were tall as the eagle's call and broad as the oaken tree. Oh, rise, rise, old John, Jackie North, how big, along John's in prison strong, hanged he must be. So they ran over hill, they ran over dale, they ran over mountain high. They come down to London town in the dawning of the day. They cried, open up your city gate, come open at my call. Then they up with their feet and they kicked a hole straight into London wall. And they trampled down by Drury Lane, the crowd before them ran. There they spied the Long John stood under the gallows pin. They said, is it for murder, is it for rape, is it for robbery? For if it's any heinous crime, we'll stand and watch you die. He says, not for murder, not for rape, it's not for robbery, but it's all for the love of a gay lady, they are here to see me die. So they took him from the gallows pane, before the king went gay. Their armour bright cast such a light, it fair dazzled his eye. Good day to you, cries Jackie North, good day to you, cries Keith, for we've come down for your daughter's wedding, all down from the mountains high. And when the king he seen them come, a sorry man was he, cries, what are you is dull enough, what shall I do with thee? Oh, cursed be that little boy, the tidings brought me. For I do vow and I do swear I hanged he shall be. Who if you hang that little boy, the tidings brought me, we three shall come to his burial and paid you surely be. A priest, Lord Johnny cries, and with the love and weep. A priest, Lord Johnny cries, for married we shall be. Oh, take my daughter, Lord, on my purse upon you fall. Take my serving boy, also rest all my city fall. They've taken the lady by the hand, set her prison free. And the drums did beat and the pipes did play, they spent the night with Lee. And then Long John and Old John, Jackie North, all three, one new bride and a serving boy ran back to the mountains high, saying if we'd known what we know now, great ones they like to see, we'd have brought our sister Jean to the side, she's 20 feet and 3.
One more. So this was a request. John James was rubbishing this last week. As a piece of music. All guitars go off. Well, every guitarist plays this one. Oh no, they bloody don't. Bloody hard. Chord sequence is absolutely gorgeous. Full of funny little accidentals. And he is a wonderful guitar player, that's true. I also love the story behind it, because it's definitely one for our side. Because apparently they lost, when they made the film The Third Man, they lost everything. All they had was the negative. Somehow they lost a lot. They lost all the music, but they had the negative. So they managed to get another print from that. And then they had to get some more music, and they'd run out of money. So earlier on, they'd had a party for all the, for all the cast, all the company, everybody who was making the film. Big party, and they contacted a party agency in Vienna. Send us a party. So they sent them a party, and they sent them a zither player. So, brilliant, I know, we'll get the zither player. And they rang up and said, send us the zither player. I said, which one? What? Well, they had about 100 on their books. They didn't know which one it was. Well, they figured out eventually which one it was, and it was this man called Anton Karas, who died in the 1990s anyway. And he put him up in front of the film, and it took him as long to do the music for the film as it did for the bits of the film he needed to put music to. Last, it was just everything on one take, apparently. And this made him famous around the world. And I think it's wonderful. Definitely one for our style. James is a wonderful guitar player, but he's not. She looked after him. She's very ill as well. And as I understand it, she gave up her chemo to look after him. That's pretty damn good, because they were both in adjacent beds in the hospice. So Loren as well. I just remember umpteen years ago, people suddenly talking about this bloke, and everybody had a different spelling of his name. And he frightened every guitar player to death because he'd appeared, and people had taught him, and he'd eaten all his guitar teachers alive. You know, who else is there? And, well, he probably read it in obituaries, but Archie Fisher said he learned everything I had in 2 sessions, and he could have learned it in 1 session, because the first session we went to the pub and got drunk.